Welcome back to your favorite Sacramento sports show.
Beam City Sports.
Yes, sir. We are back live on 96.5 FM. Got my boys Luke and Devin with me on Beam City Sports. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hot, man. We were hot in the building the other night, and we even hotter in the studio.
Yes, sir. Dev, how you feeling after that dub the other night?
Always better after a win. Don't know how many times I've said that this year, but I'm expecting the most random greatest game played of all time tonight. We're gonna get it up. Getting it up.
Yes.
You guys are confident tonight going against the Cavs?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I like the energy.
They played last night against the Clippers. They might be a little pissed about that, but they're also tired.
Yeah.
The Kings are not tired. And we are also pissed. We're pissed that we're right behind the Clippers right now.
That's
so
true.
We're going to be playing hard, man.
Yes, sir. Well, today we're going to be going over the Kings' big dub against the Memphis Grizzlies the other night. Some upcoming games for our Kings. Then Luke's Lock of the Week. Then we'll go around the NBA, look at some close games from the last night, then make some predictions for some upcoming games. Then we'll get into some college basketball. March Madness starting up pretty quick here. Brackets are, available to make right now. We've made some brackets already, so we're going to go over some upset picks we've made in the first round, so that'll be fun. And then at the last part of the show, we'll go over an NBA March Madness bracket, see who we think will come out on top in a one-game elimination scenario for the NBA teams. It's always so fun for March Madness because it's the one-game elimination thing. Anything can happen. Any given night, a number one seed can lose to the last seed in the whole conference. So it could be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited for this is the most exciting part of March basketball right here. You get playoff basketball coming up, March Madness, and then baseball starting up. Sports is at an all-time high right now.
All-time high. Love it. Dev, how you feeling about March Madness?
Give me all the upsets, and then go UC San Diego.
Yeah,
Let's
go
go.
UC San Diego. We're all rooting for you. They got a really fun team, so we're going to jump into that later in the show.
Put them tridents up.
Yeah, the Kings beat the Memphis Grizzlies at home. Me and Luke were in the building for this game. They won 132-122. Got to give my boy Luke some credit. On Saturday, you said, we're going to win this game by at least 10 points. And look we won by 10 exactly. So you were on the money with that one. Called that. Luke's Lock of the Week was locked in.
Exactly that. I
good
hope you guys
stuff
made
there.
some money. I hope y'all made some money off that.
Should have.
Me and Devin weren't really on the path of saying the Kings are going to win by 10 because Memphis is such a good team. They're third in the Western Conference right now. So me and Dev weren't on board with a 10-point win, but hey, you were locked in.
I'm glad you proved me wrong.
Glad you proved us wrong because it was a big dub.
Big dub.
Yeah. Well, our guy Malik Monk had his best game in a long time. I can't remember the last time Malik Monk had 28 points, 7 assists, and went 4 of 8 from 3. That was the main part for me, was him hitting the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
I feel like ever since, Zach's came in and we're trying to get other guys involved, his 3-point shot hasn't been falling the same. And last night, or the other night, it was falling like it was in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, it was a shootout the other night. It was back and forth. Everybody was shooting it.
Yep.
We got to shout out. I got to shout out Desmond Bain. I know Devin won't do that.
That's your boy right there.
But, yeah, no, man lit us up, but then we were lighting them up, man. It was a great sight to see. It turned around from a terrible shooting performance on the road, brought it back home, and we did not bring that shooting performance home.
Yeah. Like Desmond had 44, but I feel like we locked up everyone else, and that was really the key, was letting him get his and not letting everyone else, beat us.
I feel like they still even played some good defense on him, too. A couple threes he just hit, like the 4 he hit in the second half were just hand in the face.
Yeah.
A couple from the logo, like you said, like it was pretty ridiculous. It was fun to watch. At least we got to see that kind of performance where in a game where we were still up 10-15 most of the time. And yeah, seeing Malik start to hit from 3, it just looked totally different. I don't know what it was, but it looked way better. I think he said he watched some film with Doug Christie to be better about where he tries to insert himself and then pass the ball more. So I'm hoping he keeps that up and keeps this aggressive nature that he was playing with the other night.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up. I feel like watching some film with Doug really helped Malik because, like I said, ever since we got these guys, it's been kind of tough for him. We put so much faith into him being the main ball handler. And then he has to defer to guys like DeMar and Levine. And then also we're trying to get Keegan involved early. But, Malik picked his spots perfectly the last game. 28 points and 7 assists. That's what we need out of Malik. Also 3 blocks on the defensive side. So playing some defense as well from our point guard.
Well, he just looked really active. That was the most active he's looked on defense in a while, I think. And it was great to see. That's the effort that I was talking about on Saturday. It's everybody was playing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, bringing up those blocks, I don't even know where those blocks came from.
Yeah.
It was just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But And then the steals also, 11 steals as a team. Like that's huge right there.
That was the key to that big run in the second quarter was everyone was hustling, getting some steals, getting out and running in transition. So that was super fun to watch. But yeah, Malik was the leader of this team, and I think that's a big key of, our success is getting Malik comfortable and playing like he was at the beginning of the year, being that spark plug, going on a run. But yeah, still getting other guys involved. Like DeMar had 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists for DeMar. So he might be taking over as that secondary or lead ball handler for us.
That's kind of the game I like from him the most is where he's in the mid to low to mid 20s, but he's passing the ball.
Yeah.
And we know he's a good passer. He's always been, but when he's getting the assists in, bunches like these, it really helps the overall flow of the offense. I feel like it's great to see.
For sure.
We were using a lot of DHOs right up on top, but then that led to a lot of other plays where, LaRavia was open out in the corner a few times. And then we're just I feel like we're finding a new rhythm with the offense. I think Doug is starting to change something on the bench right now. Just because we would always run the DHO and drive down the paint, kick it to Domas or whoever's driving would put it up. But now there's other stuff developing around the perimeter, which definitely helped our shots get up a lot faster.
Yeah, we need counters on counters on counters, like I said, and on Saturday's show. And I feel like last game they had those. And Domas was a big part, even though he only played 12 minutes and left. He got headbutted in the first quarter, had to leave and get stitches in that eye, came back, then rolled his right ankle really bad. It came out that he's going to be out at least 10 days. So Domas is back on the injury report. Not a good sign for us. But, like you said, I feel like we were moving the ball a lot better. And even when Domas wasn't on the floor, I still feel like we were playing with a different type of energy.
Yeah.
And for Malik, back to him, when the shots are falling, you start playing defense. Like I said, that's why you have a steal and 3 blocks from Malik. He's hitting some shots. You're going to play hard as you can on the defensive side as well because you have all that energy built up from hitting some shots.
Dude, DeMar was putting his chest on people, like getting over the screens and stuff. And I'm like, yes, bro. That's how they have to play the rest of the season. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you have to do that every game.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I know we were talking about how lazy he was getting on defense in Phoenix. So, like, the fact that he turned around like this. And then I also got to say, even without Domas, we held Jaren Jackson to 12 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds.
That's amazing.
Like, that's a guy who averages 22 points a game.
Yep.
And then he did just come back from injury a little bit ago, so he's still trying to get back in a rhythm. But no Ja, and Jaren still only gets 12 points. Like, that's amazing right there to hold that guy to that little.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't really let him get comfortable out there. He didn't take that many shots. I feel like we had Keegan on him a lot of the time, or a guy like Valanciunas, or even Sabonis when he was in there. And they were just playing hard and, making him take long threes and living with the result. And so I think he only went like 5 of 11 from the field. So not a lot of shot attempts from him. And that's what you want to see out of this Kings defense. But back to DeMar with the 9 assists. I feel like when he is patient and lets, the double team come to him, if he gets in that post and he has a smaller guy on him, almost all the time they're going to throw the double team at him. And then he's going to find guys on the perimeter. And if we're hitting shots, like I think DeMar was the one that found Levine for that buzzer beater 3, I think in the end of the first half. So that was a big momentum boost for us. And, just kicking out to threes, finding some cutters. Felt like guys are moving off the ball a lot better than previous games where everything was stagnant. So that was a big part of the win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he is trying to take it more into his hands to be one of the main, ball handlers and creators for the offense. And then when Malik's stepping up like this, if he can keep playing like that, having 2 guys that are going to do that, and then can still score whenever they want, that's going to be a really big help. And even Levine, he had 6 assists too. That's just a product of the ball everybody was just moving it.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to get their assists. It's going to be like this, 9, 6, and then what Malik have? 7. So, it's going to be like that when the ball was moving like it was, and that's just beautiful, beautiful basketball.
It is beautiful. Levine, 23.6 assists, but the biggest part for me was that he didn't have 3 turnovers this game.
Yeah.
The last couple games, he's been killing us with his turnovers, getting pickpocketed left and right.
Yeah.
And I feel like this game, he picked his spots a lot better, was really aggressive getting to his shot, and also was finding other guys and, showing his handle a little bit. We all know Levine has some great handles, but sometimes he just seems lackluster with it, lazy, just lets guys pick his pocket. I feel like when Levine gets a guy on him that he doesn't respect that much, and he's like, yeah, I can take this guy, they always pick him because he just kind of takes a moment of, just to relax, and then they always get him. But yeah, so that was a big part, not turning the ball over. The Grizzlies had more turnovers than us. We shot better from 3 than they did. So That's the key to success for this Kings team, and it doesn't happen every night.
Does not happen.
Does not happen every night.
It's gonna be tough tonight, but
yeah.
No, it was a beautiful thing. Like back to the Zach LaVine like backing down, like when he's trying to get to his mid-range shot. It's like if he takes longer than 3 seconds or like to get to that spot to get his shot up, there's gonna be someone crashing in, and he's always looking down, so he's dribbling up high.
Yeah.
And then someone swipes around behind him and takes it straight up.
That's a good point. If he's dribbling for more than 3 seconds, usually good things don't happen.
Exactly.
So when Zach is decisive with it and, has it in his mind, I'm going to get to that right side step back.
Exactly.
That's what he loves going to, is that right side step back. And that's not a, normal shot for a right-handed player. Usually it's going the other way. Most right-handed players like stepping back to their left because it's easier to get the shot up. But for Zach, for some reason, he loves going to that right, and it seems like it's knocked down every time.
He has to bring the ball all the way.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird. And it was perfect from the whole team because nobody was hesitating on their shots.
That's true.
Night.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like Keegan, takes a little hezzy, and then he's not set anymore.
Yeah.
Zach wasn't hesitating, Keegan wasn't hesitating, Malik wasn't hesitating, and all of those shots fell straight in the bucket.
Yeah, love it. Keegan, 16 points, 10 rebounds, double-double from Keeg. This is the perfect game from Keegan, in my opinion. I don't love when we get him too many shots like the other games before, and then DeMar doesn't take a shot till the second quarter. Zach only has 12 points going into the fourth. It's like those guys are our main scorers. Keegan should be like the fourth option. But Keegan also needs to make things happen on defense and hit his open threes. And I feel like that's how he was playing in this Memphis game was, just catch and shooting, not trying to do too much. We were getting him involved, but not overusing him. And making sure other guys still, got theirs.
Yeah, he's gotten so much better at rebounding the ball, and just maybe not even better, just more aggressive, wanting to get the rebound over the last 3 years. And so that's going to be really clutch, especially with the league leader in rebounds for the last 2 years. He's going to be out, we said 10 days. So that's going to be really important, helping Valanciunas, because most of the time Valanciunas has got his work cut out down there, boxing out the big, and then somebody's probably coming down to try to box him out. So that's just going to be huge. And then, like you said, he not taking that many shots. Like, if he's on, I'm fine with it. But I think he went 3 of 8 or 3 of 7 from 3. So, that's perfect. That's right where I would like it to be.
Yeah, same. I think Keegan played the perfect game against the Grizzlies. But Valanciunas also made a big impact. We're going to need more out of him coming up in these next 10 days. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 blocks for Jonas. So, protecting the rim a little bit.
Yep.
Need that. He did set some illegal screens. He's a magnet for that. A couple.
He came right in and did one, and the first thing I thought it was you, and I just started laughing.
I swear, I saw that right away and was like, here we go again. A turnover machine. But I do love his game, though. He helps his team so much, and just the big body out there. He's just always the strongest guy on the floor. And even going against a guy like Zach Edey, who's 7'4", and probably weighs close to the same amount as Jonas, it felt like Jonas was dominating out there. I know Zach Edey had a decent game, but I feel like Jonas was, making his impact out there, even going against a big guy like Edey.
Yeah. I think it's just Edey's he's still developing his coordination, and then he was in college for 4 years.
Yeah.
Going to the NBA, it's a whole lot of change. So when you go against these vets like Jonas and Domas, they'll know how to dismantle all your weaknesses. Get the fakes going, and then there's a guy crashing right behind him. It's like, oh, let me do a little quick bounce pass right there, and he's wide open.
You're describing Domas right there.
It was right away. Domas was doing it right away. He honestly was doing what you said on Saturday, and he kind of just took more control for the time he was in.
Yeah.
He was grabbing the ball. He was, get away from me. He's taking it up. He's going to make the passes for the short time that he was in. And, that's what when he comes back, I hope he gets back to more of that, because that's just going to make things easier on a lot of people, a lot of the starters.
Yeah. True. 4 assists in only 12 minutes, and I feel like he made some great backdoor cuts to Malik. I remember one specifically. I didn't think it had a chance of getting through, but Domas is one of the best passing bigs in the league.
The one he caught out in front of him.
Yeah. But also, like you said, got Zach Edey up in the air with some pump fakes, and was showing his vet moves against him. I was a little scared for Domas going against Edey. He likes to use his body, and Zach Edey's taller, stronger, but Domas is just more finesse and smarter. So that played into his
it was perfect. And then even when Domas went out of the game, Jonas was doing that to him.
Yeah.
It was simple. And then again, I'm sorry, I know Jaren Jackson, we already brought it up, but holding him to 3 rebounds without anybody in there is insane.
That's been a problem for him all year, is rebounding the ball, but 3 rebounds is insane.
That's pretty insane.
He's almost 7 foot tall.
Probably one of the other only big guys out there besides him and Edie and Jonas.
Yeah, Edie did have 4 blocks, though. Got to mention that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times where Malik was going to the hoop, trying to do a little floater or something, and Edie was sending it.
I swear,
Just
2
so
possessions
easy.
in a row. I'm
Yeah.
like, just stop.
Yeah, don't go at him. Don't go at him. But yeah, the MVP of this game, we all know who it was.
Yes, sir.
Laravia Mania. 12 points, 2 steals. Felt like a lot more than 12.
He got 40.
That was the loudest 12 points I've ever seen in my life. Fadeaway 3 at the shot clock buzzer was insane. I think that was the fourth or third quarter.
I think that was right after a block from Edie.
Monk got blocked by Edie.
Yeah.
Bounced out to him, and he
that's his old team, too.
He talked about it on the broadcast. They interviewed him, and he was like, I'm telling everybody, in Butter situations, give me the ball. And he's like, Butter, when there's 5 seconds or less on the shot clock, give me the ball, I'm going to make it. Yeah. I'm like, shit, getting the ball when it's a Butter situation.
Do it. Yeah, those grenades, Laravia wants it. But yeah, 12 points. It felt like he just had such a big impact right away when he came in. You could tell he was playing hard, had some feisty energy to him going against his old team in Memphis, the team that traded him away earlier this year. But yeah, making things happen, had that big dunk on the fast break. That was fun to see.
Stare down jaw after he did that too.
I mean, he's a beast, man. I love Laravia. I'm praying he stays in SAC because, we need him.
Every game that I see him play with us, I'm like, I don't know if he's going to.
We'll let you start and play 25 minutes a game. You're a starter. Make him a starter.
Yeah.
I'm down
Whatever
with that.
you got to do. Yeah, I feel like the game really flipped when him and Dev, like that first 3 minutes they were in, there was it had to be 5 or 6 steals in a row and just possession after possession, one back to back to back, each and one of it was. That's the best defense they've probably played all year, and maybe it's prisoner of the moment saying that, but no, I think the deflection number, if we had it, would probably be insane.
Yeah, Laravia was everywhere, man. But also Dev, like you said, Dev Carter, 4 steals in only a couple minutes out there, came in right away, just making things happen. The crowd was into it so much, man. It felt like a playoff game being there once they were getting all those steals in the second quarter, going on that big run. Felt like we could do no wrong. The only wrong that we could do was Devin Carter at the free throw line. He kept getting to the line, and like I said, Devin Carter has a great whistle for a rookie.
He really
gets
does.
fouls. He's really good at drawing contact and using his body to get to the rim. But 2 of 6 on free throws for Dev. Leaving 4 points at the line. You could tell he's frustrated out there with that. Just get in the gym, hit 100 free throws in a day, each day, and I feel like, he's going to be a big impact next year. We say it all the time.
He doesn't give up, though, because after 2 of those free throws that he missed, Jaren Jackson got the rebound, came up, got the steal, and then it turned into
he passed it to someone for a dunk or something.
Or a 3. I think it was a 3.
Oh.
Or no, it was a dunk down low, turned into another 3 points. Or 2 points. So it was perfect right there. He doesn't give up, hard-headed player. And, just shoot free throws for, a week straight.
Yeah,
and
that's all you need to do.
Come on.
That really helps your shot, too. I think once you start hitting your free throws better, you'll start hitting the three-point shot better as well. But Dev Carter plays like his dad, Anthony Carter. When we drafted him, that was all I could listen to was, how his dad played in the league, and he was just this defensive-minded guard who played his heart out, never gave up on a play. And that's really how Devin Carter plays, and that's what we're going to need from him in these upcoming years.
Well, that first game he played where I think he did pretty good, besides the points and the scoring and all that, was against Memphis at home, too, right? So the 2 really good games he's had, he's putting on for his pops, right? He's looking over there, he's like, I'm better.
Oh, yeah, his dad's on the coaching staff. I didn't even realize that. So the big game from him, only 2 points, but hey, making an impact out there. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
That was a really fun game to go to. Kings lit the beam. Hopefully we can light it again tonight, going against the Cavs. I know this is going to come out on YouTube tomorrow, so hopefully you're listening to this and the Kings beat the Cavs tonight in a miracle win. But
it's going to be lit.
I gotta say something with Domas out.
Yeah.
We need DeMar to step up and be the vocal point of the offense.
We
need him to, just communicate everything, run the floor, get everything. Whether you're scoring all 30 points, balling out, dropping 30, or becoming the facilitator, dropping another 9 assists, 10 assists. DeMar needs to be our leader while Domas is out.
I love that point. I definitely agree with that. He's been in the league for the longest amount of time. He's 25th, 26th all time in scoring.
Right behind Curry.
Yeah, step up and get these guys, following your lead. Let DeMar lead the way for us.
Yeah.
And I think if we're going to have any success coming down the stretch of this year, going into the play-in, whatever happens, we have to let DeMar lead us. Because he, in my opinion, He's our best player.
He's our best.
He's our best player. He's our best leader. And he's just been there. So we need him to lead us.
And
Exactly.
keep playing fast.
Yes.
Like they might have been more forced to do it because Memphis is a team that does it probably the most in the NBA. But even DeMar was like, he's not always running the ball up, but when he comes up and he's wide open from the top of the key and it's right away, catches, shoots it, no hesitation. I love that. Make or miss. I don't really care. But just keep playing fast. And when he's playing fast and everybody like you said, he's got to be the one that sets the tone and kind of gets everybody to run.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they play the way they did the other night, tonight, then, we could see a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if DeMar has his foot on the line, he's going to knock that thing down.
Yeah, you're right.
He's going to knock
time.
that thing down. And we're always going to think it's a three. Every time. When it's just, he takes out one step and it's always just right on
Even
the
the
line.
one against the Clippers, that was obviously a 2,
Oh,
and
my
they were
God.
like, we got to review it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I already knew.
Already knew. But yeah, so tonight we play the Cavs. Then tomorrow play the Bulls on a back-to-back.
Back to back.
Kev
Herter's coming
Kev Herter
back.
revenge game.
game. We're good. We're good.
Red Velvet revenge game tomorrow. So
He had 17 the other night. He had 5 threes.
yeah, he's been shooting the lights out lately.
Was that the other night?
I think.
I
it
don't
was
think he has
recently.
been shooting the lights out.
I think he has since he's been to the Bulls. He's been shooting a lot better than he was in Sac.
He's still shooting
he has
30% on the
inconsistent
season.
nights, yeah, because most of the year was in Sacramento. But yeah, he's been shooting a lot better, and he's going to come out and get at least 10 threes up in that game against the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, percentage-wise, it hasn't been good, but he did go 5 and 9 against the Jazz.
That's,
See?
I mean,
Yeah.
every other game, 1 for 6, 2 for 8, 3 for 10, 1 for 9, 3
he's
for
going to get him up. And
Hey, they
you
put
know
him
he
in
knows
that
those
red.
rims.
They put him in that red. He's cooking.
Red Velvet in that red might be different. I'm a little scared. But the Kings team scares me because we're a team that can go out and we can beat a team like the Cavs or we can beat a team like the Bucks on
Grizzlies.
Saturday. I mean, the Grizzlies didn't have Ja, but yeah, they're still a really good team.
Yeah.
And then we're a team that can lose to anyone but can also beat anyone. So that's why it's always, you never know. I would never bet on the Kings any night.
No.
Because you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get.
Except for when Luke says they're going to win by 10, then I bet on it.
Then you bet on it for sure. But
I'm
yeah,
not saying that tonight.
so don't play down to your competition against the Bulls. They're trying to lose some games, even though they're still in the play-in race. They want a better pick. So
I don't know.
It's been the story all year.
I don't know what they're doing because
Yeah.
they're being the best bad team in the league right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean they're under 500, but the Eastern Conference is so weak that they're still in the play.
5 for 6 or 5, yeah, or 5 and 1 in the last 6 games.
Oh damn! So they're hooping.
They're hooping right
Kobe
now.
White is on a burner. That's for sure.
Hey, don't talk about Kobe yet.
Oh, that's why. Okay. But yeah, so Cavs tonight, Bulls tomorrow. The Bucks come to Sac on Saturday. How the hell do we guard Giannis? Because I just don't
Don't.
know.
Again, we don't.
We don't have
I
anyone.
think I said it last time when we played the Bucks. We don't
Yeah.
guard Giannis. You guard
Everyone
everybody
else.
Kuzma's been hitting threes lately.
has.
Make sure you guard Kuzma.
Yeah.
I think if they're hitting threes, that's one of the games to me where if they're hitting threes, they have a good chance. Because if they they just let Giannis go to work, he's not going to take that many threes. He's just going to drive. He'll probably score like 30, but 30's okay as long as it's all twos and nobody else is doing anything and you're hitting your shots.
Yeah, I feel like the first time we played the Bucks, I remember we were on a 7-game win streak, and
Yep.
we go to Milwaukee and then get blown out. But it was because we let all those other guys
White
beat us,
boys.
those shooters beat us, and then we also let Giannis beat us.
Yeah.
So it was like you couldn't even stop one of them. So I think the game plan should be let Giannis get his. Honestly, don't double. Don't double Giannis. Don't let those shooters get hot from 3 and just live with the results. Foul Giannis as much as you want. Let him take those 20-second free throws and slow the game down. He's going to shoot 50% on them, so I'm living with that.
Nobody come out of the corner.
Yeah,
to help.
don't help. Don't help.
They
That's been
didn't,
the story
they
of the
didn't
year.
do that a lot the other night. I was
Exactly.
like watching for it. I'm like looking at Zach. I'm like, don't
Yeah.
come out of the corner.
Don't help.
come out of the corner.
Don't help, bro.
I noticed that. I
Watching
was
on
just
the
like,
TV.
Zach, don't crack.
It didn't matter Desmond Bane, though. It didn't matter who was guarding him. He was on a burner.
But then there were some times where I see Zach like kind of jogging down the court, and there's a guy sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, a couple
And
of the times he thought he got fouled, and he was just like,
Yeah, when he thinks he
That's
gets
when it
fouled,
was,
they don't
yeah.
get back. Oh, my God, DeMar, though. He did not get any calls.
No.
Those were insane.
He was getting thrown
He
on
was
the
getting
floor.
hacked. I couldn't
Oh.
believe it. He must have said something to the ref.
Oh.
Because Malik drove to the hoop like right after, and it wasn't even like that hard of a foul, and he got the call. And DeMar was getting thrown to the ground, like you said. He was getting,
Bro.
it was crazy.
he hates basketball in Sacramento.
Yeah, DeMar was not getting back on D, but it was valid because he should have been
He
getting
should
those
have been
fouls.
getting a lot of fouls.
But yeah, then after the Bucks game, We play the Celtics and the Thunder in a back-to-back.
Why?
How did the NBA schedule makers do that to us?
Celtics and the Thunder in a back-to-back?
We play the Bucks Saturday, and then Monday the Celtics, and Tuesday the Thunder.
Well,
that
you're
might be
at
the
home,
hardest
so
three.
play the best teams back to back.
Hey, you
2
guys
days
have the
in a
best
row.
home court, right? So show it.
I hate the NBA.
Hey, maybe we can show it. If we go on a little
we
run
win
here
in one of those games.
against the Celtics and Thunder,
Yeah.
which one?
The Thunder.
You think the Thunder?
I
We can
think
beat
we
the
can
Thunder.
beat the Thunder.
I mean, I know you
I'm
can
not
beat
mad
the
at it.
Celtics.
We didn't.
I don't
I
think
think
we
you
earlier.
could beat the Thunder.
I don't think we can beat the Celtics again, just because
We already
Maybe
did
not.
it.
Yeah.
we already did it.
That's where I'm like leaning more towards Thunder because we already did
I'm gonna
one.
say-
So let's do the other
I'm
one.
gonna say the Thunder, man.
Hey, I'm down. I would love to beat the Thunder because I feel like that's
That'd
who
be-
we're gonna end up playing if we do make the playoffs.
In a
Is the
series.
Thunder.
Ooh.
I think we can get a game out of that.
Let's get the Thunder, man.
I think we can get a game.
I think we can get the series.
I'm down with that, but
Let's
it's,
at least win.
it's gonna be tough for sure.
That's gonna be, yeah. Oh, damn.
But then after that Thunder game, then we go on the road for a while. It's not the hardest
Yeah.
schedule, so those are winnable games. But you know how we are on the road.
Yeah.
Go to Portland, go to Orlando, go to Indy, and go to Washington. So those are all must-win
winnable.
games, and those are all winnable
Winnable.
games. Orlando might be the toughest
we have
one
to play
there.
Cleveland another time before the season ends.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
Yeah.
that's rough. That's rough. The Cavs did lose last night though to the Clippers, so we'll get into that in the second half of the show. But yeah, go subscribe on YouTube if you're listening. Thank you for listening on the radio. We'll be back in a couple minutes on Beam City Sports. Go check out the TikTok as well.
Go check out TikTok, Instagram. We'll be live on YouTube in a few weeks.
Yep.
Which will be very exciting.
Gonna go live on YouTube in I think 2 weeks
2
from
weeks,
now.
yeah.
We will be live on YouTube with the chat, leaving comments. Gonna get as many people in there as we can, make it
Yeah.
fun. Hear some reactions
gotta get
from
some-
our listeners.
We gotta get a soundboard in here for everything.
Mitchell's Man of the Week.
Mitchell's
Meow, meow, meow.
Luke's Lock of the Week.
All right,
actually.
we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Cheers.
All right, we are back on Beam City Sports 96.5 FM. How we starting the second half of the show, boys?
Luke's Lock of the Week. Luke's Lock of the Week. Luke's Lock of the Week.
Meow, meow, meow. Yes, sir.
We gotta shout out our boy. We were just talking about a guy who's from Sacramento, now in Chicago. Kobe White.
Always before they play the Kings.
Always before they play the Kings.
Hey, shout out though. He's
Hey.
been balling.
Dude, he might ball. Fuck, he's gonna ball against us.
He is.
Hey, at least it's not next game.
But
True.
so for I did the past 4 games for Kobe, 28 points per game,
Damn.
6.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 44% shooting from the field.
Damn.
5-1 in the last 6 games. I did just mention that. Quite literally a tanking team that is going up in the standings.
Hey, all because of Kobe.
All because of Kobe White.
He's so nice.
So, I mean, trade this man in the offseason.
Yeah, I'm up in the air about what the Bulls should do with him because they're going to have to pay him a bag. And, why would they want to lock in that much money to someone who's not really going to be a part of your future plans?
Exactly.
I feel like Kobe White could go to a team like, hey, Orlando needs a point guard. They need some
Orlando.
scoring. That could be perfect.
That's the thing. Orlando would be perfect. They would trade him Jalen Suggs probably.
No.
I mean,
Orlando's not getting rid of Suggs.
so why would you trade for Kobe then?
They'd probably give up young guys.
It's tough though. They need the Bulls need picks.
Yeah.
They need first overall picks. So
That's true.
Kobe to back up in OKC.
Damn. That would be not okay with me. I would not be happy with
Who
that.
has the first round picks to trade for him though, and who has the first round picks that the Bulls wants?
I mean, realistically, the Bulls front office is one of the worst in the league,
It
if
is.
not the worst.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get, they barely got a pick out of Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
They're not going to
But-
get that much out of Kobe White, even though he's
balling right now.
and he's younger. But yeah, they're going to have to pay him eventually. But yeah, shout out to Kobe White. He's been balling all year.
Chicago, if you're listening, don't pay Kobe. Trade him.
Yeah.
Trade him.
I think Bulls fans are on board with that too, even though they love Kobe White. But they're thinking more of the future instead of right now.
Maybe a package with Vucevic.
Vooch, yeah.
Trade both of them out.
Yeah, they definitely need to get rid of Vooch for sure. But yeah, I like that pick. Good Luke Lock of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I see you coming up.
I see you.
My pick is from the Boston Celtics. Shout out to Milo. Put me on this player way earlier in the year. Never heard of him. He's a rookie. Baylor Shireman from the Boston Celtics. Lefty guard. White boy, of course, off the Boston bench. Another one. They got another one. That's what I have in my notes right here. They got another one.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Patty's Day. But last night, He had 20 points in 16 minutes. Baylor Shireman, the lefty guard, he's like 6'5", he's tatted up, a white boy. He can shoot the ball. He came in the game right away, hit a buzzer beater from way deep, like logo range deep. And after that, he got every bounce on a three. He was pulling up on the fast break, got these lucky bounces from three. Also, which was very impressive to me, which when I saw him do this, I was like, yep, 1,000% going to be my ICU pick. He was in the corner. They passed him the ball. He caught it right here and didn't drop the ball at all. A no-dip three. Just right away, win up.
Damn.
That's a no-dip three. That's what they call it. He's one of them ones. And that's one of the hardest shots in the league. Only certain players do that. Steph, really started the no-dip three, catching it and just going right up. Clay is also one of the best of all time at that. All other guys like Jeremy Grant implemented that into his game. And just real shooters know a no-dip three is one of the hardest shots in the game. And if you're hitting that in an NBA game, in one of your only times in as a rookie, he doesn't play most nights. And then he's getting an opportunity against the Nets, and he decides to do a no-dip three in the corner and knocks it down. That's how you know he works on his game.
You need good passing for that.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't got good passers, you can't hit that kind of shot.
So he got it right at his eye level pretty much and didn't dip at all. Just right up into it. That's a real shooter right there. So
awesome.
Watch out for Baylor Shireman. I hate to say it, but Boston, you got another one, man. You got another guy off the bench.
That's how I be doing them out there.
All right. Well,
my boy out in Indiana, Obi Toppin.
Obi, that was a great pick.
34 against
God.
the Timberwolves, the hot Timberwolves too. The
Game winner.
Game winner. But a dub against them as well, 134, 132, I believe.
Yeah.
That was a great game from Obi. He's only averaging like 10 points a game right now, just balls out.
Hey, that game was actually insane.
Yeah.
It went to overtime. And the Pacers were already without 4 of their starters this game, sitting most of their guys. Their 5th starter, Andrew Nembhard, got ejected from the game. Their 6th man, I'm pretty sure TJ McConnell, fouled out. And they won in overtime because of guys like Obi Toppin. He had 34 points, 10 rebounds. Also hit the fadeaway corner 3 for the win. Pretty similar to the Tyrese Halliburton shot we saw the other night.
Green.
But he didn't get the foul. Yeah, and Tyrese posted that Peter Griffin picture and posted Obi Toppin's full name. Obadiah something Toppin. So that was pretty funny. But, Obi with 34 and 10.
So they had like 7 players at one point in the game. Like 4 hurt already, 2 out the game, foul out, kicked out. That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
And like Luke said, Minnesota was on I think an 8-game win streak. And then they snap it to the Pacers that didn't have anyone from their starting lineup or their 6th man out there. TJ McConnell with 11 points and 13 assists. Benedict Mathurin with 22 points. That was a big win for Indy.
Huge win.
Yeah.
Huge win. They're right there in the playoff race trying to get a good seed.
Yep, and they're playing pretty well.
They're playing pretty well.
They made it to the conference finals last year. Can they do it again?
No.
I don't think so either, but anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything is possible.
I was going to shout out one more.
Okay.
Not so much of a hidden player, but Russell Westbrook.
That's your boy.
Getting the dub against the Warriors with the triple-double with no Jokic and no Jamal Murray.
That one hurt.
I know that one's got to hurt for Warriors fans.
That
Steph
one did
had
hurt.
a stinker.
He did have a stinker.
He had a little bit of a... But, I saw that. I was like, damn, Russell, another triple-double?
Yeah.
Let's go. That's the boy right there.
Hey, also Aaron Gordon.
38
points.
Oh, my God.
38 points. For some reason, I got off work and I watched this game, the highlights of this game, and I swear I saw a notification that said the Warriors won this game. So I'm watching the highlights of this game, thinking the whole time the Warriors are gonna win.
Damn.
And I'm like, okay, so when does the when does the comeback start? They're in the game, but we're not up. Aaron Gordon just was knocking down everything. MPJ also 21 points, 10 rebounds. Pretty sure he had 5 assists as well. Might be a career high for MPJ.
Michael Never Swing the Rock had 5 assists.
That's what happens with no Jokic and no Jamal. You let MPJ be the little point guard out there. No, 5 assists might be a career high, though. Not even kidding for MPJ.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not sure, but it's definitely one of his top assist games in his career.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
It's not. But yeah, that was a fun game as well. They also didn't have Christian Brown in that game. So the Nuggets were out with everyone.
6.
Oh.
6 is his career high.
Six.
That's actually crazy. Michael Never Swing the Rock, Porter Jr. You know he's going to get buckets, though.
That was literally just this past December.
Hey, but that was a good pick. Shout out Russ.
Yeah.
He's been balling all
Shout out
year.
Russ.
Probably the best contract in the league if you think about it.
Yes.
He's only on $4 million for this year. $4 million. And he's dropping trip dubs.
And he's happy.
And he's happy.
And he's happy.
I hope he retires a Nugget.
He's not trying to let Jokic catch him in triple doubles, bro. Especially being on the same team.
Yeah.
He's not having that.
He's not having that. He's trying to get him anytime he can. All right, well, since we're on ICU, I can give one more shout out. Definitely already shouted this guy out, but he deserves some more love, man. Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
46 points the other night, 13 assists. For the Sixers, he was on the Mavs earlier, and then he got traded.
Harris.
Yeah, shout out Nico. Anyone he trades is going to go crazy. But 8 of 14 from 3 for Q Grimes. They did lose to the Rockets in overtime, but he was the only one out there for the Sixers. And I think next year, the Sixers are really going to debate on starting him in that starting shooting guard position.
Him and Maxey.
Maxey.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, but hey, what do you do with Paul George?
Trade him.
Bro.
Get him out.
I know.
I feel so bad for Sixers fans,
Yeah.
but not really because they got the Eagles.
And Jared McCain next year. Joel Embiid, who knows? I can't even say
Hey,
his
they might be
name.
nice.
They might be nice next year, but hey, we thought they were going to be nice this year.
True.
It's
know,
crazy
man. I don't know.
that the Sixers have had so many like internal things go right for them, like role players, like Quentin Grimes. Traded for him halfway through the year, and he's dropped 40 points, I think, 4 times as a Sixer already.
Yeah.
And that's just crazy from a young guard. No one expected that. Also, a guy like Yabusele, who they signed in the offseason from France, he's been balling all year. Had a great year.
I wish we got him.
Yeah, I wish we got him too. He'd be perfect. But yeah, just so many things going right. Jared McCain was probably going to win Rookie of the Year before he got hurt. Maxey's so good, but everything else, the main guys are the problem in Philly. Embiid not being healthy. Paul George podcasting. There's just problems out there in
Even
Philly.
when they had Ben not healthy for like 3 years.
It's always something in Philly.
It's
always something in Philly, but shout out to Quentin Grimes having a great year. Well, last night, we'll stay going around the league. The Bucks were in Golden State. So after the Warriors lose to the Nuggets with no Jokic, no Jamal, no Christian Brown, and this game against the Bucks, they don't play Steph Curry, and they beat the fully healthy Bucks. That's just how the NBA works, man. You lose to the Nuggets when you're playing all your guys and they're not playing their guys. You lose to Aaron Gordon dropping 38. Then the next night, you play the Bucks without your best player, and then you beat them when they're fully healthy. So that's just how the NBA works.
It's that I gotta say the Warriors' home court advantage is real.
Always.
Like that's a real home court advantage.
Yeah. It's not Oracle, but
It's not Oracle.
Yeah.
Nah. It's also not Golden One Center.
it's not.
But 8 of the first 10 shots in that game, 3-pointers. And then
Without Steph.
You hate
without
that.
Steph.
That's pretty insane.
And
He's
then
He hates that.
no,
hates that.
I hate that. I hate that with a passion. And then Warriors shot 1, 2, and 10 threes in the first 6 minutes in the game.
Hey, that's pretty wild. That's what happens when you got Quentin Post as your starting center.
Dude, yeah, he had 2 or 3 of those opening threes. Too.
He is a straight shooter, man.
He's gonna develop into something nice.
Yeah, he is.
Quentin Post is nice.
I saw him.
He nice.
It's rare when he, scores a 2-pointer though. It really is. Even though he's 7 foot tall, it's rare for him to get a wide open
Well,
dunk.
he don't play in the paint a lot
at all.
because he plays with
Yeah.
Draymond too. So
Yeah.
Draymond down there just playing football. So he just be out. Let me hit that.
Playing football. Draymond last night only had 3 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. One of the best defenders of all time, if not the best defender of all time.
He's trying to get another depoy. He said, I saw a clip after the game. He was doing media, and he was like, well, since Wemby got hurt, it's just right there for anybody. Yeah. So, I think he's really going for it to end the season off. He really wants another one.
I don't think he'll be able to make that big of a jump.
Hey, who knows?
I don't know. Dyson Daniels up
That's
there.
who I hope wins it. Hey, that was I said it one of the first weeks of the year. He's going to be the next guard to win Depoy, and I really hope he wins it this year. Because Wemby's probably going to have it locked up for 10 years after this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough.
Draymond did do a good job against Giannis last night. He only
That's
20 points. He did almost get a triple-double, but, 20 points from Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis shot 5 of 16 from the field.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's how you stop Giannis.
He was
put the
intense.
Tasmanian devil on him.
He was intense. He was in his face the whole time, hands up, running around with him. It was
Draymond has a great wingspan as well. And the Warriors are also 7-3 this year without Steph. That's not something that's usual. Usually the Warriors cannot win without Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler, though, is the leader of the team, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. The Warriors win this one by 11. Podziemski also 17 points, 7 rebounds, and Buddy Hield 15 points. The Warriors are balling, man. Even though they lost to the Nuggets, they're still playing great basketball. GP2 is having a great last couple weeks. I think he's been shooting the ball great from 3, which is rare. He only had 8 points, but I feel like every point he had was so big in this win. So shout out to GP2.
Yeah, Kyle Kuzma hitting threes too, man.
Kyle Kuzma led the Bucks in scoring with 22. So shout out to Kuz.
Wow.
He's playing good.
Put him on a good team, and he gonna try.
He's gonna try.
See.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid ball player.
Dude, he's a good ball player.
He has.
Like, he knows how to play ball.
Yeah,
But
and the shots are starting to fall for him as well. I feel like he's been doing everything else, hustling, making other plays, and now the shots are falling. But yeah, the Cavs and the Clippers last night, we talked about it a little, but the Clippers won 132 to 119. Kawhi, 33 points, 4 steals for Kawhi. That was prime Kawhi last night. Couldn't guard him from the mid-range, hitting threes. Zubac as well. One of the best centers in the league, man. 28 points and 20 rebounds for Zubac. Yep. I do not want to play the Clippers in a play-in.
Nah, I'm
Bogey. 8 for 8 from the field.
8 from 8 from the field,
8 for
man.
8, dude.
20 points. Shout out to a Kings legend. But damn, why you got to do this for the Clippers,
James
man?
Harden loves playing with Bogey.
Yeah.
Like, he's looking for him on the perimeter a lot. When James is driving down the paint, he's like, oh, there's Bogey.
He's such a good shooter, man.
Yeah.
He's such a good shooter. When he's knocking it down, it's scary. The Clippers have a really good, seven guys. I think they're about 7 deep, and they're a scary team, playoff team.
Great rotation, man.
That's one of the teams, if we do a March Madness NBA bracket, that I feel like could make a run because they have a guy like Kawhi who can get hot.
And one-off games like that.
Yeah, and one-game situations, I feel like Kawhi can go off.
Norman Powell only had 11.
Only 11. The Cavs' leading scorer was Max Strus with 24. So Donovan, 18 points, and Darius only 17. So we got it. We got to lock those guys up tonight. Yeah, keep that up, please, because I'm a little scared for tonight.
I need Malik to have that same energy he had on D the other night.
For sure.
I forgot Ty Lue's their head coach, too. He's actually doing a good job.
The Clippers? Yeah. Shout out Ty Lue.
Yeah.
He gets to actually coach, He's on the team with LeBron. He wasn't the coach.
Hey, I guess you're right. Let Ty Lue rock out. Some upcoming games today in the NBA. The best game of the night, in my opinion, is the Cavs Kings.
Oh, yeah.
But also,
biased.
Nuggets are in LA to play the Lakers. Not sure who's playing or who's not, but who we rocking with? Nuggets, Lakers. The Nuggets will probably play Jokic in this game. Hey, the Lakers kind of have the Nuggets number,
Luka
though.
Versus Jokic? I'd take the Lakers.
Jamal did just hit a game winner against them a couple nights ago.
Well, he loves
Is Jamal Murray going to be back, too?
It's always a question in the air. Who knows?
So, if Jamal's back and Jokic is back, I'm going to give it to the Nuggets.
We'll know closer to game time, but... I'm going. It's in LA. I'm going Lakers. I think Luka's going to have 40.
40?
I think Luka's going to go off for 40.
Lock that in.
Yeah, lock that in. All right, well, another game. Always talking about the damn Lakers. Tomorrow, the Bucks are in LA. Lakers playing a back-to-back. Bucks, Lakers, who we got?
Bucks.
Yeah.
Lakers on a back-to-back.
I'm going Bucks.
Bucks.
Yeah.
I'll give the Lakers the dub tonight against Denver, but I think they're going to lose to the Bucks.
I will say the Lakers need LeBron back for a playoff series, though. They can't win a 7-game series without LeBron.
You think he's really hurt right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Like he couldn't play.
If it was playoffs, I feel like he'd play. But, that's how it is.
all say.
That's how it is.
No, I think, he's probably hurt, but I think he's milking it as long as he can so he could, kind of like Steph the year they won the championship.
Yeah.
He didn't play, the last 2 weeks of the season and then didn't start the first series of the playoffs.
Jordan Poole was starting.
They just got him that extra little bit of rest, and then they won the finals.
It worked out perfectly. That was a perfect year for the Warriors. But March Madness starting up. We got to go over it really quick.
Let's get it.
Instant reactions to the bracket being released. A lot of people are mad about UNC, North Carolina, getting in.
They lost so many games against big teams.
Yeah.
Like 1 for 12 against top teams in the whole nation. Like,
and they're 11.
And they're I mean, it's 11. The lowest they've been for a long time. So
hey, but there's a lot of debates going around. The UNC head athletic director was one of the 10 to 12 people a part of the committee who chooses the teams to get in. And they claim that the UNC head athletic director walked out of the building when the UNC was involved in the talks and didn't try and play a part in it. That's not true.
I mean, it's the same thing as the college football playoff. Like it's always there's always going to be the conspiracy because some team didn't make it.
Yeah.
But like that is interesting that I don't think he really left the building. No, there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. And they had to get North Carolina in there, I guess.
They getting bumped first round. Though.
Yeah, I think I have them losing first round too.
Ole Miss beating them.
I agree with that. But our favorite team, we talked about them, UC San Diego. I think we're all rooting for them.
Yes, sir.
Did a lot of research on them, listened to a lot of stuff on them last night. They're a super fun team, and they're a team that is not like any other team in college basketball. No. They're just different, and that's how teams go on runs in this, is being different from their opponents. But they don't have a real big man. Their tallest guy is like 6'7", but they do have a bunch of big guards and big wings. So they just play feisty defense. They full court press you a lot of the time, force turnovers. They got some shooters out there as well. But those long, tall guards can, make things happen on defense and make it tough to, even get the ball up the court. Also, this is only their fifth year. Only their fifth year as a D1 program. And this is their first year to be eligible in the tournament. And a lot of people are picking them to go far. And we're some of those people.
Let's go UC San Diego. Shout out Thomas down in San Diego right now.
Yeah.
I know he's rooting for
them.
So
San Diego State didn't make it.
Nah, they didn't.
Yeah, that's sad. They made a run the other year. They made a run a couple years ago.
That's just how it is.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
You lose all your star players like that in 1 year.
So how far do you have UC San Diego going?
I have them going to the Sweet 16. They're going to get bumped by Auburn in the Sweet 16.
See, I'm different. I got Final Four for UC San Diego.
They're winning it.
You say they're winning it? I hope they win it.
I think, realistically, I do think they could go on like a crazy type run and maybe end up in the Final Four. But other than that, it's just, I have no clue what could happen. But that's what I want to happen too.
Same.
Obviously, we're rooting for them.
Yeah. And crazy, only their first year eligible to be in the tournament, and then if they go on a run, that'd be sick.
Another San Diego run.
Yeah, shout out to UC San Diego. Some other teams that I just want to go over really quick before the tournament starts is Oklahoma. They have one of the best guards coming into the draft, Jeremiah Fears. Remember the name. He's going to be a top pick in the draft. He's a freshman, of course, so it's tough to win as your best guy as a freshman.
Yeah.
Oklahoma doesn't have a lot of other players, but I'm a big fan of Jeremiah Fears, so I'm picking him to.
You're going to beat Florida?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I have them winning the first round.
Okay.
That's it.
Beating UConn.
Beating UConn, which is tough. They're the underdog in that.
Yeah.
I think it's an 8-9 matchup right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So UConn, they're always super good, but they're not as good as they've been the past couple years.
Their women's team's better.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to the women's team.
I got Memphis going far in this.
Man. Yeah, that was right next on my list. Penny Hardaway, head coach.
Hardaway, I think he's going to take them to at least the Final Four.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
I have them going, I think, to the Elite Eight, but I have them losing. But yeah, they're a good defensive team. Penny has them playing great defense, and they're just fast. They play fast. So get out and run in transition. So those teams are always fun to watch.
Yeah, no, Memphis is going to be.
Hey, if they go on a run, maybe he's in the NBA coaching next year somewhere.
Yeah, who knows? But another team I had, making a little run, making a little noise was Maryland. They have a really good starting five, one of the best in college basketball, but they don't have a real bench. They don't really have anyone off the bench that they can trust. But I think, that starting five is going to be good enough to win some games and make a little run. I don't have them going to the Final Four, but yeah.
They're always usually around, in the tournament.
Yeah.
You hear Maryland a lot for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll be in the mix type.
Yeah, in the mix type.
St. Mary's, man, too. I think St. Mary's is going to make a deep
Give me
run.
all the churches.
Yeah,
they're about to go crazy.
churches.
All the churches.
St. Mary, they beat Gonzaga earlier this year, and Gonzaga is a 8 seed. St. Mary's a little bit lower, I believe, or the same seed as well. But I don't know. I feel like St. Mary's here in Central California, they're going to be making a deep run.
Hey, upset alert. I have Troy, 14 seed, beating Kentucky, number 3 seed in the first round.
Okay.
Troy protects the paint really well, and they shoot their free throws solid. And that's something that really matters in college basketball is hitting your free throws. In clutch situations, feels like it always goes down to those free throws, the 1-and-1 situations, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I have 14 seed Troy beating Kentucky. I'm staying with that.
I was actually listening to something today, and they were saying the same thing, about Troy too, and he was like, I'm taking all of the underdogs because they're just a lot of those teams are teams that could, move the ball and hit their free throws. So that's, and like you said, the most damn near important thing in the March Madness tournament.
For sure.
A little upset alert for me. I got Drake beating first Missouri, and then I have them beating Texas Tech as well.
Drake?
Same here.
Drake is going to go.
I already have that too.
Drake, they're very, very defensive minded team. I think they'll be able to dominate shit like that.
Hey, I have them beating St. John's as well. I have Drake going to the Elite Eight.
You haven't beaten St. John's?
I have them beating St. John's.
No way, dude.
I have Drake. I have Drake going far.
I don't
shout
know
out
about
to Drizzy.
All right.
But yeah, with
Don't
Drake,
shout out Drizzy.
I'm
No.
kidding.
No.
I'm kidding with that. But yeah, with Drake, some notes I have on them is they're really patient and they have a go-to guy, which really matters in the Final Four, college basketball stuff. Having a guy to play through a little bit, have some faith in. They also have really good shooters, so that goes a long way, making a run. They also beat Alabama earlier this year, so that's a really good team. I think Alabama's a 2 seed.
They're going to be bumped too.
Yeah,
Alabama's going to get bumped.
Dude, Alabama's always losing big games that They should win in any sport in that program. I swear.
I had St. Mary's up in Alabama.
I have Alabama pretty far. I had them going to the Elite Eight and then losing to Duke. So that's what I had. But my team that I'm also picking to go to the Final Four. So my Final Four right now is UC San Diego, Florida, Duke, and then the one other team is my favorite team, UCLA. I've always rocked with UCLA since a little kid. But yeah, they have a great coach. You know, their coach has been to the Final Four. McCronin is his name. He's been to the Final Four. He knows how to coach these guys. They have a deep bench, and they force turnovers. So that's the key to their wins. And I think UCLA is going to go on a run. I feel like they do a lot of years. Even when they don't have a main guy, a star guy, I feel like they go on some runs.
For my Final Four, I got Auburn versus Memphis.
Okay.
And then also have Duke versus Tennessee.
So we both have Duke in there. But that's the only similarity.
Duke is going to be, I'm going to say most brackets are probably going to have Duke in it. Across the nation, and Duke's most likely going to win the whole thing. I mean, just going off the seeding, but that's not how it works. I know, but
it's never going to work out like that.
I'm just saying Duke's probably going to. I got Auburn winning it all, but.
So you think Cooper Flagg is that good?
Yeah.
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 I mean, he's good, but
bro, their whole team.
They're not going to win it all.
Their whole team is pretty well. Yeah.
No, they're good. I'm not saying they're not good, but I think Florida's
their head coach
better.
was also in the Final Four, I believe.
Yeah. That makes
as
sense.
a player.
As a player, he was working at a few. My boy Duncan, shout out Duncan, told me this story. He was at a NBA workout, and then he got hit in the eye, really bad, and now he's partially blind in the eye. Couldn't go to the NBA because of that. Immediately joined the Duke coaching staff. Has been there ever since.
All right, really quickly, let's go over some NBA. So, if there was a March Madness, Thunder are the 1 seed going against the Jazz. I think we're rocking with the Thunder. 2 seed Nuggets going against the Pels. I'm going with the Nugs. The Pels are not like that.
Nah.
3 seed Rockets going against the Trailblazers. Or no, they'd be going against the Spurs. Not healthy. Going Rockets, so not too fun so far.
This is where it gets
fun. The Grizzlies, the 4 seed, going against the 12 Portland. I'm rocking with Portland. I'm going Portland. They're a team that I think can make a run in this type of situation. They have a lot of young guards and a lot of wings that can make things happen.
Who do you have them beating?
Grizzlies. In a 1 game.
Nah, Grizzlies.
I could get behind it. They're playing well, too, in the year.
They are playing well, but Grizzlies are just, they're a little bit more well-rounded than the Trailblazers. They have more big men down low. Who they have? Trailblazers have? They have Ayton?
Yeah.
That's it, really?
They just have a good defense.
They got good defense, but they wouldn't be able to score enough on Grizzlies.
Yeah. All right, well, the Lakers would be going against the Suns. Rocking with the Lake Show.
Lakers.
Warriors, Mavs. Going Warriors. Timberwolves, Kings.
King,
Going Kings.
That's a fun matchup.
Kings.
The last 2 years, all the Kings Timberwolves games have been really fun. So but I'll go Kings.
Who would you go? Kings Clippers, because it's 7, 8, 9.
Kings.
I'm going Kings as well.
Should have won that game the other day.
Yeah. We can win games like that. But yeah, that was the Western Conference. But it's gonna be tough to go over the whole thing. Right now, we don't have a lot of time.
We can make this bracket. For
all right, 1 seed Cavs going against 15 Wizards, going Cavs.
This
Celtics.
one I feel like is a little bit
Celtics Hornets going Celtics. Knicks Sixers going Knicks.
Knicks Nets, right?
Knicks Nets, yeah.
Knicks Nets.
Okay, Knicks Nets. Bucks and Raptors going Bucks. Pacers. Or no, actually, I'm going Raptors, man. I'm going Raptors, yeah. Yeah. Pacers, Bulls going Pacers. Pistons, Heat, going Pistons. Hawks, Magic. I'm going Magic.
Yeah.
Magic. I think that was pretty
you had
solid.
One upset.
Yeah.
And it was the Raptors.
Yeah, not too many upsets in that.
Yeah.
But once the playoffs come around,
easy.
Playoffs are coming up. Also, baseball's starting up in about 8 days.
Shohei just blasted the first homer of the season in Japan.
So those are real games.
Those are real games in Japan.
So they're playing the first couple games in Japan. I remember when the A's did that when they had Cespedes.
Dodgers won 6-3 today.
Oh, not good.
Yesterday. Sasaski's first 3 pitches were 100, 100, 100.
Damn. Well, shout out to the baseball season starting up. Beam City Sports will be back.
Cheers.
Swear, but not gonna.